Alrighty, welcome back. So yeah, let's do that Conquest. This seems interesting. Really get to start the game now. Not that the character creation wasn't fun.
Kairos, and now the Overlord's eye is on the Tears, our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. Two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, march south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior.
Alright, we're on the march.
In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors. Until it's too late.
Well, they done screwed up. Okay. Conquest. During the Conquest, you will decide your character's actions during Kairos' invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. Alright! The Bastard City. The Bastard City, and we got more lore here. Bastard City, named for its position between two realms, the Northern Empire and the Southern Tears. The Bastard City and its surrounding lands, known as the Bastard Tier, is a melting pot of cultures and a place of commerce and intrigue. Tearsmen of the South view the Bastard City as a place of wealth and excess, but to the people of the Northern Empire, the Bastard City is little more than a sprawling slum. Hunan the Adjudicator established his court in the Bastard City. From this foothold in the Tears, he and his court of Fatebinders imposed Kairos' law upon the conquered land. Kairos. Nope, nothing else we need to read right now. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos' empire and the Tears. Built upon a natural harbor at the crossroads between realms, the city was a nexus of commerce. To the Tears, it was the center of all wealth. To a northerner, it was little more than a backwater trading post. Its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' army. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tears. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Select a token on the map to begin. Infiltrate the Tears. Both armies sent their forces to prepare the way. Can you choose one or both these? I don't know. I don't even know what they are. Let's see. In the first major engagement of the war, Kairos' armies crossed the mountains and established a foothold. Infiltrate the Tears. History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the Conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies. Hey Highlander, how are you doing? I'm doing alright, although I got some real life shit going on. But yeah, no, we're doing good. We're back to streaming today, thankfully, and it is also Friday evening, which is good with the whole weekend thing. So yeah, doing alright. How are you doing? Good. But the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing. Expansion is coming, right? I saw that. That looks interesting. And as I was saying, Joker was here earlier and asked me about it, and my take, you're losing control of the situation. Keep it together, man. You owe it to your men. But yeah, as I said to Joker, my feel on it and why I'm excited for it is it seems like the first real expansion. Like, I don't think the other ones were bad or anything, but they were planned from the get-go. Like, they were in the season pass. They're just like, yeah, we got to pump out some content. But this one they actually had to. It just feels like there's going to be more effort here, and it's going to be a more full-fledged thing than the kind of 3-part. We're going to throw out some content out there. So yeah, it could be pretty damn cool. And for those of you who happen to be watching the recording, we're talking XCOM. XCOM, losing control of the situation. Let's see. Let's actually see if we can get to some gameplay here. Others are just DLC. Yeah, that's true. That's true. This is an actual expansion. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, so they're infiltrating here. I'm not sure if you choose one or both here. Armies of Kairos took the battle to the Gates of Judgment, trumpeting the opening call of the Conquest of the Tears. The two armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, brought their distinct sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strengths. So yeah, we can battle here or we can sneak. Both? I guess it's an either or. Looks like it. We choose like one. Both kind of work. Like I kind of like the idea of being a badass combat mage, or we could be the sneaky. I like that too. We got like some sneaky people up there, and then some. I guess that's the chaos people down there. Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. Disciplined and battle-hardened, the Disfavored are an elite legion of Kairos' army. They spearheaded the conquest of the younger realms, finding themselves always outnumbered but never outclassed. Led by the steadfast and dutiful Graven Ash, whom they follow with obsessive devotion, they are committed to imposing their interpretation of orders upon the relative lawlessness of the Tears. The Legion only tolerates Northerners in their ranks, priding themselves on their high standards and cultural purity. Wonderful. Scarlet Chorus is a little more than a gang of thugs and their captive slaves. Rather than organize under commissioned officers, the Chorus follows a hierarchy seemingly ruled by whoever has the bravado to command and defend their position. At the head of this chaotic pecking order, the Archon of Secrets, better known as the Voices of Nerat, treats the Scarlet Chorus as his personal army. Scarlet Chorus often suffers tremendous losses after battle, only to swell in the aftermath when captured enemies and collateral prisoners are given the cruel opportunity to join or die. I like these guys. Hell yeah. Favored. Conscript enemy fighters for the Scarlet Chorus. Join battle alongside the Scarlet Chorus. You rushed with the chaotic mass of the Scarlet Chorus, flanked the Bastard City's armies, and drove them to flee. You spoiled XCOM 2 too much. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll probably take the advice on that too, and just not watch anything, which is kind of a shame because the hype is always fun. But oh well, probably better. You joined the Scarlet Chorus as they raided villages and small towns, conscripting every able-bodied man and woman into the army. The Voices of Nerat emphasized the rewards of conscription and enslavement over wanton bloodshed. Apparently his soldiers needed the reminder. I think we already read this one. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Blind XCOM is the best. Blind most things are the best. But yeah, let's go infiltrate and take some slaves. I think that's good. Ooh. This game is like Civ? No, not really. We're just getting started. So we get to kind of choose. This is still character creation, basically. We're shaping the beginning of the world here. This is basically just a classic style RPG, though. It's made by Obsidian, so it's probably most comparable to Pillars of Eternity if you've played or seen anything about that. So yeah, we're the enemies, though. We're the bad guys here. So it's like evil Pillars of Eternity kind of thing. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna join them and go on. Infiltrate the Tears. The howling mobs of the Scarlet Chorus found easy pickings among the villages and frontier towns. Rallying an experienced gang under your control, you flooded the unprotected settlements with a deluge of bloodthirsty soldiers, rounding up the innocent for merciless rites of conscription. The young and infirm alike received makeshift weapons, and examples were made of all who challenged your forces. Bolstered with fresh recruits, your army gathered strength for the invasion to come. Boom. So yeah, you do only get to pick one. That's what I thought. Alright, we've got two different choices here. Inside Agent, with the border garrison captured by your disfavored allies. You traveled ahead of Kairos' armies and lurked in the shadows of the Bastard City. You decided that converting one of the locals to Kairos' side would help bring the city to its knees. After all, corruption starts from within. That one sounds boring. I'm betting this one is going to be more engaging. Containing the fire, your fiercest opponents in the Bastard City were the mages of the School of Wild Wrath. Too barbaric to use their power responsibly, the unbridled practitioners need to be stopped. How do you trick the hot-tempered mages into their own undoing? Ooh, Tharsis. Tarsus? I forget, Tarsus or Tharsis? Tharsis, there we go. Have you played it yet? Alright, but yeah, I like this one. We're gonna go after their mages. And we're probably gonna, let's keep doing with the Scarlet Chorus. You tricked the guild leaders into meeting with the Voices of Nerat, Archon of Secrets. The Archon was notorious for his cruel and mysterious interrogation technique. The mages were never seen again. Let's do it. There were few who could describe what horrors the Archon of Secrets visited upon his enemies during the Conquest. Planet-based too, and played that one? Nice. I like those sort of survival things. Might do planet-based at some point. So yeah. Whether the Elder Mages knew little of the Archon's reputation or met with him out of curiosity didn't matter. Once the flap of the Archon's tent closed, none of them were heard from again, save for a strangled cry of alarm that ended swiftly. Leaderless, the School of Wild Wrath fell into disorder, and the remaining members were slain by the disfavored or conscripted into the Scarlet Chorus. Played that one first? Nice. It's fun discovering new games and playing new games for the first time. That's what we're doing here, and I was playing some other stuff too. As well as we played some Dead Cells a month or so back when I finally streamed some back then too. But yeah, I've had some shit going on at work. I don't really want to get into the specifics, but it's just like, do I need this extra stress? Can't we just all get along? Anyway, yeah, I need to be streaming more too. Betrayal of the Bastard City. Your tactics of infiltration placed you in the Bastard City ahead of the main armies. Your work softened the city's defenses for the arrival of Kairos' forces, but you wanted a decisive gesture that would give your allies a meaningful advantage. How did you assist in the fall of the Bastard City? So we've got duel the city marshal, incite a riot, or spread fear through assassination. What is this one? So you can aid, that's the disfavored, that's the Scarlet Chorus, and this I guess is just Kairos in general, or off on our own. Hey Ace, how's it going? And it looks like we get abilities too, so that's interesting. This one is Warrior. Ooh, 1 per encounter abilities. It's Keen. Keen. You challenge the commander of the Bastard City. Okay, let's look at the abilities here. Who cares about... No, Bot shouldn't be dead. Bot shouldn't be dead. He's just wrong. Whoops, what did we do there? There we go. You challenge the commander of the Bastard... Okay. Hey, nice. Alright, so we've got abilities here once per encounter, so that sounds kinda useful. Minus 50% damage, plus 50 health. Whoa! So you stand your ground in the face of defeat. During this time, you will regenerate health rapidly, but your damage is significantly reduced. Oh, I see, that's minus our damage, not damage taken. Then we could also herd the poor and disaffected into a hidden army. This gives us Searing Palm. Fire! We've got fire damage here. Yes! I did add that. I haven't gotten a whole lot of use from it, but that's pretty nice. Yep. Oh, don't spam it though. Oh, this could be bad. They figured it out. This was something I actually did not announce. A few people have noticed it, but yeah, it's there. It's there. We got the flying kappas. Searing Palm. Mage Fire Affliction. Gather heated energy into your hands and release it onto a foe. The target ignites in flames, burning over time. Oh god, the kappas have arrived. No. And is that... No, that's just a straight up spell. It's not once per encounter. That could be nice. Alright. I probably forgive you prematurely. There we go. Knew it. Woo! Kappas. Kappas everywhere. Alright, keeping to the shadows, you eliminated the leaders of the Bastard City one by one, which gives us Concealing Shadows. Whoa, gives us a bunch of dodge and parry. I like this. This is a good... Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, I like this. It's a good thing to choose here, as well as... Oh my god. And here, I'm trying to roleplay here, guys. I'm just kidding. Whoa, that's a lot of kappas. Too many kappas. Spreading the word of Kairos, you converted the poor and disaffected into a hidden army of the Scarlet Chorus. Once the dust settled, the army wished to bolster their troops with these sleeper cells. And we get another spell there. That's pretty cool. It didn't take much to convince the Bastard Cities downtrodden that Kairos was superior power. You armed them with weapons and knowledge of a signal you would raise when the time was right. As the armies appeared outside the walls, you ignited the spark that fanned their anger into a full-scale riot. The chaos they spread in Kairos' name weakened the city so much, to such an extent, that its inevitable fall was but a formality. We should have named our character George Soros. I think that would have been fitting. That would be fun. We should just play through Tyranny as Soros. Alright. Bastard City, 428 TR. Bastard City settled into a new state of normalcy, with every tower displaying Kairos' banner. Your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated... Oh god, the Kabbas. No! Kappa Pyramid. The armies divided into two fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kairos' conquest, either as judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. So we can do judge and overseer of Lethian's Crossing. I knew this was trouble. Lethian's Crossing, built in the shadow of an Old Walls junction in the realm of Haven, Lethian's Crossing is a growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the element. In the years following Kairos' conquest of the Tiers... Permission to break that, screw it. Oh, I like the Akappa in there. How did you even get an A in there? I don't know. Oh my god, that's a lot. You monsters! In the years following Kairos' conquest of the Tiers, the population of Lethian's Crossing swelled with refugees fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the forge-bound mining the iron, along with their guards, makes the makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kairos' army. There we go, that's better. Jeez. Oh cool, so this shows us different areas. So we can judge and overseer of the settlement of Lethian's Crossing, or as a war advisor with the armies advancing into the realm of Apex. Interesting, I wish it... Okay. What do we have going on here? The troops of the mountain realm of Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors in the Bastard Tier fell. In the second year of war, a joint force of the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus crossed over the mountains to take control of the Tier's central valley. So yeah, let's go on the march here. I wonder what the choices are. Like it is. Yep, same here. Well said. I can hear the copy pasta coming. But yeah, I like it. I like the game already. There's like I don't even know what all the choices represent, but I like that it does feel like there's little differences. So I'm not sure if this would start us like as a more town-oriented thing where we like actually start off here, or this is we're going straight to the we're gonna march in. Ah, it didn't work for you, huh? But yeah, so we're gonna go on the march here. We're gonna go on war to take the Central Valley. Let's go! Hurrah! To war. Year 2 of Kairos' conquest. Oh, we get more choices. Apex. The mountain nation of Apex, ruled for generations by the queens of House Vendrian, stood at the heart of the tiers. No army could bypass the landlocked realm without leaving their flank exposed to attack. I know it's difficult. By the second year of the war, the disfavored and Scarlet Chorus had pushed deep into the tiers. Elements of both armies were dispatched to conquer Apex. Tunon assigned you to accompany them, tasked with bringing Kairos' law to the territory as well as keeping an eye on both armies. Okay, we've got choices here. Battle of Edgering Pass. The disfavored sent their most destructive ally to crush Edgering Fort. Cairn, Archon of Stone, buried the stronghold under an avalanche triggered from the surrounding mountains. The Scarlet Chorus were promised captured enemies for recruitment, yet none survived the onslaught. The Chorus demanded compensation. Oh, jeez. Oh, and then we can choose to side here. And Denial of Strength. The School of Water Mages, loyal to the Tiersmen, posed a substantial threat. The disfavored wished to annihilate the school, while the Scarlet Chorus insisted on capturing the mages, wishing to learn their craft. This sounds more interesting, especially since we're a mage, so I think we're going to try to capture the mages over here. This is interesting too. I'm curious. You upheld the Scarlet Chorus's claim and demanded that the youngest disfavored scouts join the chorus to settle the debt. Damn! You congratulated the disfavored for taking the pass without risking the lives of Kairos' loyal servants. At the stage of the campaign, it was vital to use any advantage that would mitigate any ally loss. That's pretty cool. Yeah, here we can. You side with the disfavored. All mages had a chance to surrender before the war, and trying to capture the enemy would lead to needless losses. Nuh-uh, we're going for the needless losses here. You side with the Scarlet Chorus, ordering the mage elders taken alive for interrogation. Yeah, I'm recording right now too, so this will go up on YouTube. And, everything else should be up there too. Alright, so let's side with the Scarlet Chorus, take some more mage prisoners. Though countless lives were lost taking the mages into custody, who cares? The Scarlet Chorus praised your name as they dragged the beaten elders of the School of the Voices of Nerat's tent. As a wave of screams and incoherent pleas reached their crescendo, the Scarlet Chorus soldiers outside cheered for their Archon. The disfavored adjourned to their camp in grim silence, claiming the chorus lacked the will and desire to fully wipe out all traces of the enemy school. You're fine, Ace. Alright, so we took more prisoners. Captive Captain. When Kairos' forces captured a celebrated enemy hero, the armies bickered over his fate. The disfavored wanted him set free to convince his peers of Kairos' mercy. The Scarlet Chorus wanted him flayed and staked as an example. Yikes. Poisoning the well. Hoping to break the siege, Scarlet Chorus agents poisoned the Apex water supply in secret. Days later, uninformed disfavored scouts died of illness. Outraged by the failure of communication, the disfavored demanded that the Chorus agents be turned over to them for punishment. Dang. Okay, so here we have to make like tough choices either way. Because I like the Scarlet Chorus as a thing better, but I think both options here I'm siding with the like this would piss off either side. So I think here we're going to actually show mercy and let this guy go. You agreed with the disfavored plans and sent the enemy captain back with a message. All those who surrendered or cooperated would be treated with deserving respect as subjects of Kairos' peace. I like it. Shocked by your clemency, the enemy captain vowed to deliver his message in full and paid his respects before departing for his encampment. Though typically more uncompromising, the disfavored praised your innovative thinking. Wasn't it their idea? I just sided with them. The Scarlet Chorus despised what they viewed as resources wasted only to release a known enemy back into the wild. Sorry guys, you're still cool and all. Fall of Apex. With the defeat of Apex and inevitability, the armies of Kairos met to discuss how to put an end to this stage of the conquest. Both armies agreed to send an offer of parley. Along with their acceptance, the enemy requested that you appear at the meeting. Word of your fair dealings had apparently spread to their ranks. How did you orchestrate the surrender of the realm of Apex? Challenge the queen, negotiate surrender. Damn, am I gonna have to side with the disfavored dudes again? Let's see what the options are. Through days of mediation, you negotiated the surrender of the valley to Kairos' forces, putting an end to further bloodshed, or taunting the Queen of Apex into striking you under a banner of truce, you baited the Queen of Apex into a duel and slew her, frightening her vassals into submission. Alright, that's kind of interesting. We just like beat down the Queen. Both are interesting options, but let's go with the crazy one and just like trick the queen and then kill her. This game already makes me feel a little dirty though, but I guess that's what happens when you're the bad guys. The game is called Tyranny. Let's kill this bitch. Scarlet Chorus urged you to show the Overlord's strengths by any means necessary. During peace talks, a well-placed insult goaded the Queen of Apex into striking you. You responded to the slight by challenging her to a duel. Though the queen was skilled in battle, your field experience outmatched her court training. As her body lay cooling on the ground, you demanded that her followers kneel before the Overlord's banner. Unable to rise above the fear of the moment, the remaining leaders capitulated, surrendering the valley to Kairos' forces. Okay, that's pretty badass, though. Damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. 3 choices now. The land of Apex finally rested in the hands of Kairos' forces. How close are we to finishing here, too? It looks like we might still have, like... Is this... I guess we're wrapping up here, but it looks like we still have, like, maybe 2 more years? If the pattern holds. Stop losing Keen! I was looking at chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. The land of Apex finally rested in the hands of Kairos' forces. The Scarlet Chorus paused to revel in victory while the disfavored prepared for the next fight, affording themselves but an evening's rest. Kairos' armies radiated out from the conquered citadel and worked their way across the tiers. The disfavored and Scarlet Chorus aimed to dominate as much territory as possible in the coming year. Your distinguished reputation in Kairos' military left the choice of your next destination yours to make. Cool. Kairos dispatched the Archon of Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. It's not giving us a whole lot of choice, like explanation for what the choices are. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the tiers. And Kairos' conquering gaze fell upon the Vellum Citadel, its treasures, its knowledge, and its secret. That sounds kind of cool. I like this one too, like going after the hard target, but let's go after this target because it sounds like it might be like magical or something with its treasures and knowledge and secrets. So yeah, let's go after loot and magic because why the hell not? So we're going to Vellum Citadel. And yeah, it looks like we've got maybe one more after this. 430 TR, year 3 of Kairos' conquest. Vellum Citadel. The Citadel was an archive and library, and we'll check this out in just a sec, of massive scale. Its inhabitants were known as the School of Ink and Quill, a circle of mages that centuries ago carved out their own mountainous refuge on lands settled by the other major realms. Legend said that the Citadel housed a treasure trove of arcane knowledge. I made the right choice here. The Overlord's spies infiltrated the school and confirmed as much. The time was ripe to send a detachment to the Great Library Fortress and force the scholars to yield to Kairos. So cool, maybe we'll get some more spells and shit. The Vellum Citadel. Library Fortress, the largest archive of the written word in the tiers. The School of Ink and Quill protected and maintained the archive of ancient lore for centuries, standing apart from the political upheavals of the Younger Realms as an enduring pillar of knowledge and culture. Until now. Give me the loot! Alright, we've got Song of Ensnarement. Ooh, no, I was wondering if this would actually give us a ability there. Siren, Archon of Song, used her power to enthrall enemy mages who crept beyond the Citadel walls. After Kairos' forces rounded up the arcane practitioners, the disfavored began executing the new captives before they could share dangerous knowledge, a crime under Kairos' law, with the Scarlet Chorus. No! Punish the disfavored. Okay. You calm the disfavored with a compromise. The sages' mouths would be bound with iron bridles, preventing them from speaking their forbidden knowledge. I want the forbidden knowledge! You punish the disfavored for executing mages bound to the Scarlet Chorus, ordering that several disfavored soldiers be given to the Archon of Song as her personal bodyguard. Or we could do Chain of Command. A detachment of Kairos' army marched on the Vellum Citadel, expecting an orderly surrender. As they neared the main gates, a blast of arcane energy struck the commander dead. Suddenly, the highest-ranking officer alive, Kairos' forces looked to you for the next steps. The call weighed on your mind, as it had an immediate influence on soldier losses. You ordered the expendable Scarlet Chorus to attack, commanding the disorderly mob forward to give the elite disfavored a chance to withdraw. Though costly maneuver in terms of lives lost, this assured the survival of the most capable and effective soldiers. No. You ordered the disfavored to advance their shield wall, knowing that a handful of Kairos' elite soldiers could hold off the attack until the Scarlet Chorus retreated. You knew the disfavored would despise you for any losses at the Scarlet Chorus' expense, but that was a small price to pay for saving lives. So we can go to battle there. Or I think I like the idea of we're going to punish the disfavored for executing the mages, ordering that several disfavored soldiers be given to the Archon of Song as her personal bodyguard. I like it. Hey, you won a little bit. Alright. There, we're going to go ahead and do that. The wisdom of the sages and knowledge of the Vellum Citadel were too important to silence. The disfavored balked at entering the Archon's service, but your ruling left them with no recourse. Archon Siren delighted in having new toys to play with and promptly enthralled her personal guard. You spotted them in camp days later, following their new mistress with wide-eyed devotion. That's creepy, so that's kind of how we roll, I guess. Let's see, we got choices here too. Spymaster's agents. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty cool. We get to make a whole bunch of choices, and we are like an hour and 8 minutes actually in, and have not gotten to the actual game. I mean, this is technically gameplay. It's game, and we're doing stuff. We're interacting. But yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, we're still not technically out of like character creation here. We're doing good. A group of enemy mages surrendered to the disfavored, claiming to be spies loyal to the voices of Nerat. No one in the army could verify the claim. The disfavored readied to interrogate the mages, but the Scarlet Chorus protested, demanding that the prisoners be given to their custody. They couldn't risk the voices of Nerat's secrets falling into the wrong hands. Hey, there we go. You ignore the disfavored threats, sharply reminding them that they marched at Kairos' orders and not their own whims. The mages were released into the custody of the Scarlet Chorus. Or we've got the right of command. The Archon of Song incited Scarlet Chorus recruits to fight their leaders. Bosses were killed and supplanted left and right. The disfavored demanded an end to the practice for the good of the Conquest. You agreed with the disfavored arguments. The right of command had its place, but not when Karrus's forces were outnumbered and reinforcements were weeks behind, if not longer. You ruled that each Archon had the right to govern their armies according to their nature. The right of command bred chaos, but it also ensured that the strongest rise to lead. I like giving the mages over to the Scarlet Chorus, but I'm enjoying building up the Scarlet Chorus when I can, because they seem like an interesting bunch. The Scarlet Chorus accepted the mages into their company with gratitude. After secreting them within tents and out of earshot, you presume that a discussion or interrogation followed. When asked about it the following day, the Scarlet Chorus admitted that they sent the mages to the Voices of Nerat with an escort, dispatching them under cover of night without due authorization. You reprimanded the soldiers for keeping you out of the loop, but there was naught else to be done in the matter. The Edict of Fire. Disgusted by your approbation of the Scarlet Chorus, the disfavored forces withdrew from the field of battle. Your small detachment now lacked the manpower to take the Vellum Citadel. Tunon sent word that Karrus's patience had run thin. The Overlord would cast an Edict of Fire on the enemy. The parchment arrived in a sunder case of engraved iron, written on it the words of a spell powerful enough to destroy the Vellum Citadel. You had the choice of when to read the edict. Alright, let's see. Did we miss anything? We've already checked that. Looks like our only new bit of lore here is an edict. Karrus's most powerful magic is that of the edict, commandments cast upon whole regions that can control and destroy man and nature alike. Once cast, an edict can rain fire, wither crops, demoralize cities, usher in endless night, or do whatever it is that Karrus envisioned. No known force, magical or mundane, can stop an edict, though each edict is often worded to include some condition or contingency that will see its end. Some edicts have been short-lived, delivering days of wanton catastrophe. Just as many have lingered for centuries. That sounds pretty damn cool. Alright, you had the choice of when to read the edict. Reading it at sunrise would offer your enemies no warning of the devastation to come. You could also wait until sunset, giving them ample time to flee or make amends. So we can, opting to give the enemy no quarter, you proclaim the Edict of Fire at the first moments of dawn, granting the enemy no warning of the destruction to come. Though the chorus insisted your actions doomed their spies, the disfavored applauded your decision. Claiming they still had spies within the Citadel, the Scarlet Chorus urged you to warn the mages of the Overlord's edict. Granting their request, you met with the enemy under a blue flag of peace and warned them of their doom, giving the chorus spies and the enemy a chance to run. Tricky. I think this one is a little bit more in keeping with our actual goal here, but this would keep more people alive for prisoners and stuff, while still letting us take the city, which is our main goal here. It's sad that Karrus is telling us to like destroy the city. I wanted some of that sweet loot, that knowledge, that magic. But yeah, let's give him a chance to run and scatter, and then we can probably round him up later. You confronted the mages with a warning and hoped the message was received. The hour before sunset, numerous figures were spotted fleeing the citadel. As the sun dipped under the horizon, you read the words of edict. The earth shook, and red-orange light glowed in the foundation of the sprawling citadel. Bubbling up from under the library, a torrent of lava heaved with explosive force, gushing from the windows and between loose bricks, melting winding trenches in the surrounding land. Days later, the flames still raged on. The conflagration continually fed and renewed by the power of the edict. Boom. The Edict of Fire. The armies of Karrus left the devastation of the Vellum Citadel in silence. From that day forward, the Tears came to know the once noble citadel as the Burning Library. This was an undisputed loss of resources, knowledge, culture, and life, but a message had been sent. The Overlord will not tolerate defiance. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. You were one of the last to depart from the mountains, and as you journeyed off, you spotted a few campfires in the mountains. They were mere specks dwarfed by the inferno. The last gasps of survivors, or perhaps looters from Kairos' armies, bored and daring enough to pick through the ashes. Alright, Burning Library. Previously known as the Vellum Citadel, the archive and ancestral home of the sages is now the site of a volcanic crater. Eruptions of lava began during the conquest of the Tiers after Kairos' forces failed to claim the library in the Overlord's name. I wonder if that always happens, or if, like, we screwed up in our decision making there. It'd be interesting to see how much we can change it. Hey Zan, how's it going? Why couldn't you play it more than an hour? Kairos cast an edict of failed to claim the library. Name Kairos cast an edict of fire to break the siege and rid the world of the forbidden knowledge stored there. Citadel had been a smoldering ruin ever since. That's too bad that we lost that like that. But yeah, what was the issue with it, Zion? And how's it going, by the way? Welcome back. Let's see what's next. You don't know? Alright. Fair enough. Conquest complete. Hey, cool. You have reached the end of Kairos' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress and start over? Yikes! No, I'm fine with that. We did it. Nice. Nice. Alright. That's probably a good stopping place for this YouTube video. Welcome back to YouTube. Thank you. It's good to be back. I'm enjoying this so far. Alright, but let's go ahead and end this particular VOD, and we will continue streaming, and we will be right back with the next video as well. So thank you for watching, everybody. Peace.